friends, today we're going to talk about making a leaf sensory bin. So, a couple things you want to think of when you're making a leaf sensory bin. As you can see, the leaves that I got have a darker hue. I hope that you're able to find more colorful leaves. Before you put them into that container, you might want to have your child just take a nice smell. Fall leaves have a scent all of their own. I can practically smell the fresh fall air. So before you take them out of the container that you collected them in, you might want to make sure that you just stop and smell the leaves. So once you have gotten your leaves together and smell them, that nice fresh smell, and you'll smell them too when you get them into your container, but when they're all condensed in that one area, sometimes it's easier for our kiddos to get a whiff. So you can see here that I have my container, but it's also kind of matching. So if you have kind of duller or browner colors, you might want to think about, I have a bright cutting board that I put on a cookie sheet, so you can see how much more the leaves pop visually. So that's another thing to think about. If your child is more of a mover and shaker, and those leaves will go flying if they're on a cookie sheet or a more shallow container, you can also think about just putting a white piece of paper or a light piece of fabric in a higher rimmed bowl. So once you have your leaves here, definitely work with your child to move those leaves around. If your child places their hand, put those leaves over their hands. Will they fling it up? Will they move their fingers? Will they become more active when the leaves are on top of their hands, or less active because it is on top of their hands? For our students with attention and focus needs or visual impairment, don't forget to pull out that tea light or the blue or the colored finger light that is in our learning luggage to add another sensory component to this sensory bin. Once you have done that, place the light under a leaf or kind of to the side so that it reflects off the leaf. See if your child gravitates more towards where the light is or is more prone to picking up a leaf by the light. And another great thing to do is when you're using the lights within your sensory container to turn off all the lights around you so that you have that high contrast of the dark room and the lights that are in your sensory container. Also, so often we encourage students or children to be careful with items. This is a great opportunity to really get those fingers moving and encourage the leaves in a different form. So when we crunch the leaves up, smash them in our fingers, what do they look like? Can we make them fall down? Some leaves are crispier, others, when you do that, might have a different response. So this one just kind of crumples, whereas the other one fell into different pieces. Another thing we can do for fine motor is encourage our child to rip the leaves. This is great fine motor skills. And again, it lends our child to different exploration because for every leaf, there is a different sound and a different feel when we are exploring, ripping, tearing in different ways. You can also add more leaves to fall down. Always make sure that you kind of have a second tier of leaves so that once your child has explored the first layer of leaves, they can explore yet another layer. Can they find any leaves that look the same? These kind of look the same, but they're not the same size. They are different sizes, but the same color and the same shape. And these are great things to talk about when your child is exploring and looking at leaves. So have lots of fun and let your child's teacher know how you did, and we will see you soon.